Alright, so we started. Let me just get that TikTok live started as well. It's very funny that we are actually having the biggest audience on TikTok. She's very fun. Let's go. So today we are going to continue with the app that we started for white noise, and let's see how it goes. Yeah, cool. So now we have everything done, and then we just go live. For the last few days, building React apps. For the last days we did a bit of lead coding, but today we are going to finish something else. All right, cool. So we have the comment section around, and that's cool. Let's put it somewhere else. Awesome. So okay, I can have the comment section actually floating wherever I am. Nice. Good. Okay, people are coming in already. Nice. Let me check actually for Twitch if there is any joining. And also for Kick, because we are streaming on multi-platforms today, and let's see how many joins actually. Cool. Hi everyone. Hi, comment on Kick already, and let's wait for the people to join. Nice. It's very funny also that on TikTok on Mondays you will have really good kind of like a viewership. Otherwise on the weekends it will be a bit low. But yeah, we tried yesterday, we tried the day before as well. It was not bad. A lot of people joined actually, and it was really helpful. Yeah, and we talked a lot about JavaScript. So today I'm actually going to write some components about UI components and stuff, and I think I will go and create some good menus and move from there. Hopefully you can hear me. Everything is clear. Yeah. Good. Let's wait for some people to join, and then we start. In the meanwhile, I can answer any questions. So if you just joined, just shoot your question. That would be cool. Maybe next time I'll put some music. It would be nice to hear something in the background actually. Oh man, my eyes are killing me. I don't know what is happening to me, but lately I think I need to go check for, I don't know, like if I am actually lacking any vitamins or something like that. Hello there. Hello everyone. Yeah, I'm reading comments from everywhere. So yeah, hopefully a lot of people join today. Okay, Slapcake said, what project are you working in? What a beautiful name, by the way. We are working on a white noise app. I think, yeah, I'm not showing anything right now, but this is just a component. It's kind of like Pomodoro plus some white noises that you can play out. What I'm going to do today is actually I'm going to work on the UI part of it, and I'm going to make as much as fixes as I can, as I actually didn't use any kind of like state management tools or whatever. So it is on the clear that we will create and that together today or maybe tomorrow. I stream every day, so yeah, anything that you suggest, guys, I will implement. All right. Nice. Already the viewership started. Nice. How can I start with coding? You can start doing Python. As I always say this, please do Python, and Python has always the same kind of way I will go for it. Python has like these ready functions that you can use. Like for example, if you want to sum up an array, you will have array.sum directly there for you. If you try that with kind of like Python or Python actually is really straightforward. If you try it with Java or with JavaScript, you'll need some maybe reducers to actually have like a value, and then you set that value each time you run through an element. So it's a bit complicated. So start with with whatever good for you, and then Python will be the best option for you now. I'm quite new to code and learning JS. That's amazing, Slapcake. I mean, yeah, we are here streaming JS every day, so if you want to join and learn a bit, that would be good. Yesterday we had really cool stuff that we worked on lately, and it was like a lot of lead coding, preparing for interviews and stuff. So if you missed that, you can come in and next few days and you will see me doing that again. Is Vanilla.js really used in modern day, or framework is better? Framework is better, but you always find that Vanilla.js website that is really amazing. I mean, sometimes you don't need a framework to load. Sometimes you can work on your backend as much as you can, and then you just use, I don't know, Ajax with a bit of I don't know, Vanilla.js in the front end, and it serves a beautiful website. What you care about there is just that your code is secure and your CSS is not all over the place, right? I hate Replit. No, it's not Replit, it's JavaScript. Yeah, it's JS, as Ridge said. Yeah. All right, so let's start actually. Last time I did just one thing. I had this white noise player. Oh, I can jump through right now from right to left with the Tmax. Usually when I do Tmax, I can just switch like this with Control B. But when I want to do Control H or L to move through, actually to move through tabs, I cannot. I don't know, maybe OBS has some hotkeys that uses Control H and Control L. That's why OBS is taken over. But usually, whenever I do Control H, I jump here, and whenever I do Control L, yeah, I jump here. So now it's not working, kind of. Yeah, I was here and I did Control L, it worked, as you see. But when I do Control H again, it doesn't. So Control H for history, maybe, or something. For OBS, I'm not sure. Control H, what could be? I would kind of think that Control P will be play, or Control S will be stream or save, or but not literally something like that. Anyway. Yeah, so let's actually start small. Let's create a good footer. Maybe I'll go to here. I have reusable and footer. I left it like this. So I'm going actually to look for a nice footer. Maybe I will just implement it and ask a few questions, like even to ChatGPT about what will be a nice footer. So for now, maybe a nice header will be better. I did a header already. Like this, but I don't like it because I did the whole thing alone, and as you see, I heavily used flex wraps and justify elements. I'm not sure that you can see the whole screen here, but if you search my name AsyncStack in Twitch or in YouTube, no, not on YouTube, on Twitch or a Kick, you will find me there streaming with the whole screen, which will be better for you to follow. Otherwise, if you want to just sit down here, and or you are on TikTok and you want to just enjoy the vibe and stuff, please don't bother and just ask your questions in the chat. All right, so Vim looks so good, but I'm too used to Visual Studio. Yeah, I mean, I switched completely last December, so it was like literally 2 months ago. So I'm not really also good with Vim that much. I sometimes forget certain stuff, but maybe the next few days I will do a kind of like a live stream where we will actually talk more about the Vim short keys and Vim kind of hotkeys as well, and we will learn them together. Okay. Actually, I have some highlights being saved. I don't know what is this. Yeah. Encourage your viewers to send gifts. Like a live studio for TikTok is really funny. It has like this message on top saying encourage your viewers to send gifts and thank them for their support. It's really fun. Nice. Anyway, yeah, you can do that or you can just ignore it. Yeah. Nice. Cool. I mean, let me just actually look for some guy asked a very good question. Can I start coding without any knowledge? Yes, you can. That's what I did actually. I used to study mostly math and stuff like that, and then just was really into analogies and maybe more into algorithmics a bit by bit. And then I found out that I can do my own scripts for certain stuff in JavaScript or in Python, so I learned them very well. And then I moved forward from there with learning a bit of algorithmics in JavaScript, actually, not in any other language. And what helped me, I think, is that I stuck to one thing. I stuck to what I know, and what I knew at that time is just JavaScript. And luckily I found out that if you learn JavaScript the right way, you will be able to do backend and front end in JavaScript both, which is cool, because if you do Java, then you know that you're only in the backend side, and it was really cool. Yeah. NeoVim user, yes, I do NeoVim. Can I start coding without any knowledge? Yes, I already answered that. You can do it, and you can start from as below as HTML and CSS and work yourself from there. There is like a funny analogy. They say HTML is like names, and adjectives is CSS, and verbs are like JavaScript. So it is like that. It is kind of like it complements each other, and you can learn as much as you can through building like small apps. Where do you start without any knowledge? I think the best way to start doing stuff without any knowledge is basically probably YouTube. YouTube there, and you do a bit of front-end masters if you have the money for it. Maybe you can pay like $30 and try them for a month. Like anywhere with a path is better for you to learn, actually, because when you find out that you can follow a path to learn something is always good. And that's what I like about front-end masters. They have like the front-end path where you sit down and do just only front-end for like, I don't know, 6 months or whatever. And each time you go into a course, it won't be more than 10 hours, which is really good, because more than 10 hours is just too much for you to actually even focus anymore. Because by the hour, I don't know, 15, you already forgot about what you learned in an hour, in the first few hours. So yeah, go slowly. Do I need to use WSL if I use Windows? If you want to use NeoVim, you don't need WSL. I think you can install it with something called Choco or Coco. Coco is like a package manager for Windows, and yeah, it does really well when it comes to the proportionality between the packages that you can find on Linux and as well you can find on Windows right now. So Choco, you can say, for example, Choco like install LazyGit, and you will find it. Install NeoVim and you will find it, and it will create these configuration also files for you and configuration folders as well. All right. Oh, we have Susie joining, which is actually a second day for her to join the live stream. That's nice. CRG as well is here. Can you create a game and market it? I cannot create games. Sadly, I don't really code enough C#. But if we grow this stream well, and if things go great, and we have really a good kind of like time where I'm not working, and I don't know, I don't have a lot of things to do, I will probably risk it and learn something new, and maybe we can do a game on JavaScript or something like that. Or maybe even learn C# for the sake of it. Jasminka, that's a really interesting name. Or Yasminka, should I do it like that? I don't know. So I am here creating this white noise app. So I've been always finding myself looking for YouTube videos that I can listen to, a fire noise or something like that, and I get lost in YouTube, like the YouTube riddle, right? You enter to listen to something, and then you end up watching Friends, or you end up watching like a series there, or a murderer, like the series there, or I don't know, like you end up doing anything else but studying or learning what you want to do. So I found out that if I create an app myself and put my noises, I can show you that. In the source assets here, you find all the downloadable noises, and therefore that helped me to kind of like create my own and go from there. Yeah, this is kind of like, yeah, it is kind of like, if you see the UI for it, I cannot show it on TikTok. I don't know why it doesn't let me to multi-stream sometimes. I'm also really bad at it. Yeah, and someone actually mentioned Blender. I will get back to that in a second. Yeah, so OBS actually is very limited when it comes to TikTok. They always want to actually install the live studio kind of thing. But yeah, I try my best. All right, cool. I will stop moving the mic. So when did you start? I started in 2016, literally learning coding like heavily. Yeah. What is the best way to get into software engineering? SWE, short for software engineering, for anybody who doesn't know, or coding. So many courses I get confused. Correct. You are like me, honestly. You know what helped me a lot? There was this like time where I see everyone is trying to teach. You know, when you go to YouTube and you start to find everybody telling you what cryptos to buy, and you don't know who telling the truth and who's yelling or lying. Sorry, I said yelling. Who's lying? What helped me is just to search these people. I went there and I was like, who's the top 10 famous JavaScript people? And then there is like this Kyle Simpson guy, there is this Brian Holt guy. So then I could find who's like the most eligible ones. And funny enough, they are all in front-end masters for JavaScript as well, at least. And I'm not actually getting paid by front-end masters, but I always tell go to front-end masters because I feel like it's really where you can get short courses for a really good price. And short by short, I mean not a 60 hours Udemy course that you will just get lost by a Chinese guy who's speaking whatever. Yeah, there is also Academind. It's one of the actually German fellows. I forgot his name, but he's a like a very German name, and Academind has like one of the best courses, but they are very long, very long. Susie said that she loves to see someone coding a game. I would love to do that, but yeah, it's not my cup of tea, honestly. And I would try to kind of like solve riddles and honestly, when I do something like this, what I'm doing right now, it helps me even with my job, right? It just does better, yeah. Okay, someone said use Supabase, it's better than Firebase. Actually, I did use Firebase here, and honestly, it was the first time that I used it. So let me show you what I did. So basically here I have this configuration file. It was like literally getting everything from my .m file. And what I did is, which I took as a challenge actually, is that we go into helpers, not helpers, I think a library where I put, oh, why I have utils? This utils is for actually ShadCN. So I have like here a reusable one that is called Google Sign-In, where I call the auth from Firebase, and then that auth, yeah, the auth that I'm exporting, where is it actually? Where did I put the Firebase folder? I think I put, I think I have, yeah, this one. So here I have an auth context that I created over here at the bottom. So this context actually is really created in a very neat way. You will have an auth provider like that accepts children as children, basically as the children components, and then you will pass always the current user, and then therefore whenever you use this, use auth, it will return to you always the auth context itself, and it will return basically the current user in our case, because the value of the auth provider is the current user. So you will see me doing this. For example, if I go to app.tsx, I think, yeah, you'll see me here saying, hey, if there is a current user, then do that, and I always get the current user as my use auth context. As simple as that. I mean, I don't think that there is even a simpler way to do that. Yeah, go on YouTube as well, as Evu said, and you will find a lot also of stuff. And yeah, Blender with JavaScript actually goes well. I could once create a game with JavaScript that is like an infinite scroll game where you scroll and there's like zombies following you up, and I followed that actually on a tutorial on YouTube, which was really cool. I swear phone listens to my conversation. I'm literally working on something like this 2 minutes ago. Nice. I think so, yeah. If you wrote white noises or something, maybe I wrote that in the actually title. No, I didn't, which is really cool. I mean, maybe they are listening to us. Cruello's Mind. Yeah, your name already tells the story, actually. You are Cruello's Mind and I'm in your mind right now. Okay, I realized somehow that you can see env passwords when doing injection on it through browser tools. Really? Do you mean Firebase? Because that's a very bad thing. Maybe we can switch to Supabase later. Yeah, I will check. Yeah. What do you think of cybersecurity as a course? I mean, I always was interested in cybersecurity, but I wasn't really into it much lately, because I feel like, yeah, I went so deep into JavaScript that I'm now so deep in it. Hey Leo, oh, your theme is so beautiful. Which one is it? Which theme do I use? Tokyo Night. Tokyo Night. And by the way, I have a transparent background. So the background that you're seeing right now is just an image that I have. Maybe you can DM me and I will send it to you. It's just an image of a car. And there is like midnight lunar light or something in the middle, which gives like this violet color. And that's why it looks dope. Yeah. Cool. Let's continue then. I will actually look for how can I switch my header. I will actually see on the net if I can find a really good header that we can use here, because I want really give me I want to get like a dark mode header with Tailwind CSS. I mean, I can find something probably, or maybe we can create it ourselves. Maybe we can go step by step and see how it looks later. But I think, yeah, we can do it ourselves. Easy enough. But we have also to work on the logout function. So we will do it with that auth thingy. So we need to kind of like delete the current user whenever we click on the logout button. Or the logout button should be actually, I think I did it. 1 second. Maybe I did it. Yeah. Here somewhere. Yeah, you see, so here I had if there is current user, then log out, otherwise log in, and we can do that again. Yeah, cool. Let me read more of your comments. That's nice, thanks. We can connect on GitHub if you like, or do you have your GitHub linked here on it? Actually, I don't have that my GitHub linked, but I will actually put my username for GitHub in the chat right now. It's Ayman Sakohi. My name is Ayman and my surname is Sakohi. As easy as that. So yeah, let's go. I mean, I have something here that I can copy from, but I don't want to do it. So I'm going actually to use kind of like not divs or whatever. I'm going to create whatever I want to create here on top, and then we start, right? So if I go CC, this is what I like about my Vim hotkeys or stuff. If I click CC, I will always be on the denting, on the correct indentation. And the good thing also, if you click oops, I did a mistake. If I click here CC again and then I start typing, probably it will detect that I'm trying to do a header snippet or something, which is called Lua snip, right? And here I'm trying to see if actually it can find something. Actually not. It should be a header snippet somewhere. That's bad. So if I close it, yeah, I have a problem with that actually. I think that I need to write header to header without the snippet, and then it will pop up like that. Nice. Yeah, and I'm also using actually a new keyboard. It's the Kinesis one. I will basically put maybe dark. Is there like a dark color by default? Do anybody knows like a good dark color? I would go for gray 900. Very bad though that I cannot see the colors with this, but yeah, I mean, it's not a problem. Also, I cannot see the comments while I'm typing, so that's really bad. Connect on GitHub as well. Oh, thank you all who wants to connect. I will just follow all of you later and check your repos, and maybe we will kind of do a review session in the days ahead, where I check your repositories and I comment on your code, because I really like it. I'm not really that experienced that I can comment on people's code, but I like just to see what you're building, right? So if you have apps that you can do and you can share with me, that would be good. I will share with you a trick right now. So if you, for example, want to do a dark mode color on Tailwind and you go as dark as 900, know that the best text color that will work with it always the same color, so it's a gray, but you go like opacity of 100. Not like opacity of the color itself, but how deep is that color. So the 100 is not about opacity. I think there is one more thing that you can add here for opacity, but I don't think that 100 is for that. 100 is like for how much dark is that color, or how much deep is that color. All right. Nice. I will just save this. I can just get it here, and then I'll go CC again. The thing is that I want to go and switch all these divs with correct kind of like tags for this. So I will have some A tags, and I will continue from there. So we will have also a section for our logo. Probably we want to have a flex and a container. That will be better. What app will it be? It will be a white noises app, white noises free app, where I actually have some white noises that you can download or you can listen through basically the web, and it would be really nice because it would be free. Yeah, and also you can add your white noises. I have like some section on this app. I'll show you. It's called Your Embedded or YouTube Embedded or Your Noise, I called it. Yeah, add your noise. So what I said here basically is that I want to get your noise. Basically, if you don't like any of my noises, which are very basic, I have a brown noise, coffee noise, as if you are in a coffee shop. Basically, I have a fan noise, a fire noise, a forest noise, a leaves noise. Maybe I can play some of the noises for you guys. Let me play some of them. Let me just let you actually listen to my desktop audio. Everybody in the chat, you can put like I don't know, like a like or something, so I know that you're listening, because I will mute my mic. All right, so you cannot listen to the same thing twice. And let me also go and correct the errors that I just did. I will stash everything. Yeah, I will probably stash, it's fine. My header stash, and go back to the app so it works. All right, cool. Now I will play that. I'll just stop my mic. So by the way, this is the coffee noise. It's kind of like you have a coffee part of noise. I cannot actually show you why, so sorry for that. But it is because of TikTok. It doesn't let me show the whole screen. But the thing is that it's really cool, right? You have a coffee kind of like a white noise, and the good thing about it that you can add leaves, for example, and then you put some fire, and then you can put rain. And it's really too much like that. Or what I like to do sometimes, I put like summer night with water or water. Yeah, it's too much. Yeah, and then rain, you see some. This is the best. Yeah, wherever. Okay. Yeah, so these white noises actually will be there. Nice. Yeah. So what the heck is that noise? It's like what you can use in the app by mistake, but yeah. Put 4444 HZ. I think, what is that? OGG. Ah, yeah. It is not a React Native app, actually. It's a normal React app. It's just a web app, basically. Yeah. Glad that you are asking too many questions. It makes me feel that everybody's interested in building this. Maybe if you share your GitHubs or follow me on GitHub over there, I can share with you and we can work on it together, and you can do your pull requests, right? That would be nice. What do you mean, liveps? Or I don't understand your question. I cannot also read Levi and then PS for which country is that? I don't know, or maybe you cannot see the icons on the chat. I will put everything. I have everything for the noises. As you see, I have seaside, summer, thunder, university, water, and I have like something called the Paris Murmur or Paris Paradise, and you will be listening only to people like like talking French, which is really cool. I mean, it's not that bad. All right, all right, Rich, thank you very much. As I said, it's this my GitHub. So, oh, I wrote it wrong actually. It's an H at the end. So that's how it is. All right, let's go and go back to our header and recreate it again. Oh, where the fuck? I thought that I stashed it actually. I ended up not stashing it. Let me just view everything, and I have a problem here. I wrote default with a lot of K's. And let me try again. If I just do header, yeah, there is the snippet here. So we did the class name of text. It was there actually. Text gray or BG gray, and then text gray 100. What we're going to do now is actually maybe do a div here for a container. But I don't know what should be best for a dark mode kind of. It would be a container with MX Auto, so it takes like the whole thing. And maybe we go from there, right? Yeah. So here, this is Tailwind if you are not familiar with it. Here it will be a container. Same of what you see below, but I don't like kind of like what I did there because I'm not really experienced with it. So I'm going to follow what I learned today, which is like to follow like the correct tag names, like a header. Inside it will be another div that has a container. So here, as you see, it's just flex, flex wrap, flex again, flex, flex, right? And we are kind of like doing this instead of all of this kind of, yeah. And then we will compare them and we will choose one of them basically. All right, any comments though? Job searching, John said really good thing like about job searching and stuff like that. Yeah, it's really hard right now to get like an entry-level guy into your team and try like to hire them, because you know that you will spend too much money on them, especially that things are really bad in the market right now when it comes to everything, literally. Like when it comes to looking at people and what they want to invest, they would say to themselves, no, I would rather actually get a guy who's really experienced, and I won't really bother a lot about people that I will invest money in, and I will have actually to put like a lot of efforts into them learning how the code works or how code base works. So if you say I will hire 2 senior developers, you will probably want to kind of like pay 10k extra, 20k extra, or even 30k extra for better than doing like 2 juniors that are 40k less, and they will cost you too many days of work that you have to teach them everything, and maybe they will make a lot of mistakes and stuff like that. So I'm familiar actually with teaching the people rather than getting seniors overhead, because sometimes they ask too much money, and they are very I don't know, very arrogant, let's say, code arrogant, not as people, but sometimes you talk a senior developer, you would say, hey man, we have a code base of Redux sagas or whatever, and we need to change them to Zustand, or to need to stage them to Redux Toolkit nearly in the future, whatever. He will do everything to not do that just because he thinks that it's too much and it's not his job to do that. It's rather that the company did it before he come there. And there is 2 type of seniors: these who love their jobs and want to do it and they will risk everything to do it, and there is the other people that they will just say, no, it's not my thing, I will rather let the junior do it and I will just tell him what to do. Also, when they do the PR, it's kind of weird. When you check other senior level developers PRs and you tell them, hey, can you correct this, they would rather call you directly and say why, and they try to kind of like put why they shouldn't actually fix that, rather than just going there and fixing it. On the other hand, if it's a junior and you tell him, hey, can you please fix this, he will go and even use everything, AI, whatever, to just understand what's the problem and fix it. Consider an AI/ML bootcamp instead, or job search sucks. What do you mean? Do you want to learn AI/ML bootcamps instead of actually going for development or web dev because you think now the word is going there? I mean, that's more risky than it is to learn actually web development, because you never know, maybe this AI like is just a period of time, and then we all forget about it and move on, right? So you never know. I really struggle on responsive design. Any resources recommend me from a senior backend dev? Yeah, I recommend you actually Front-End Masters. I think I would say them, as I saw that they have a really good Tailwind CSS course actually that goes well with the React. Why is that? Because they will actually, I think, create a React app on that, and also will include TypeScript in it. So you will have the whole thing together. And if you don't know how to do CSS and responsive design correctly, therefore you learn it one way, and you keep doing it that one way until you branch out and learn other stuff. So for example, for me, when I learned how to do a backend, it was like literally always 3 folders, one called controller, one called DB, and one called routes. And I use Express, I use Morgan for login on the terminal. I use also what else did I use? I think Express for sure, and I use like .m for environment variable management. And I don't think that I used something else. Maybe some parsing middleware stuff, like some JSON stuff that you can parse with or whatever. But I ended up actually knowing later that Express has that something built in it. But I used something from somewhere else. Yeah. Other than that, I actually did something funny where I used concurrently. I don't know if you know concurrently or not. It's like a package that runs the backend and the front end at the same time, which was really fun to do because I really enjoyed it. And that's it. I didn't pay too much attention to what happens else, and I learned it just one way. And then when I learned more about backend and hey, sockets or whatever, workers and Node.js, how you can use certain like packages to run like certain stream of data and some processors and some not, so you can actually have 2 backends in one backend with 2 different ports or something like that, like doing microservices or whatever. At that moment I was like, wow, this is too much to learn, but I still do it always with the easy way and move on. And I remember also learning like how databases work. I used to put like my env variable for MongoDB and in the environment variable in the backend and say, okay, that's what I need to connect to. I have like DB connect function, and I never disconnect it, for example. And then I learned about Prisma, and that Prisma actually has some function that disconnects you with every query. And my mind was blown, like, wow, like this is too cool. And then I understood GraphQL a bit. I worked with the server side of it and front end side of it. So you see what I'm going at. Just progressive, right? Step by step. Also, Sean Brown actually said styled components are nice. They're super nice. I work with them every day. I work with them in my job, and I think they are really good. The only thing about styled components that I really hate is that they have their own engine for CSS. So basically, if you want to track your device, your user's devices, and what they click on, use an open replay, for example, the CSS won't be loaded because the CSS will be parsed into like gibberish, basically. And this gibberish will be affected in your class names. And that moment you don't know how to load your CSS from this style component to another sources or another like open replay, as I mentioned, for analytics, which was a really bad thing for me to figure out. I still didn't figure out so that till now. So if you have any idea how to do that, let me know. I don't think AI can take over people's job in software development. No, it wasn't the case for me, at least, but I think that AI is really good when it comes to using it to be faster, which is really cool. Using Merstack knowledge, what project will be profitable to build in Africa? You think, tell your advice maybe here. Well, in Africa or not Africa, it does always go into the question of what should I create to solve a problem. You always need to put a problem ahead, right? And you say, yeah, my problem is that I want to, for example, for me, I want to build a white noise app that is free, because all of them, they make you pay $5 for like some OGG noises that you can download from YouTube, or you can have YouTube on the background for that. So the case is that I want to build something for a good cause, and that's how you start. Yep. And how can I learn full stack and front development? The question from Sean Brown again. I think Sean Brown is taking the spotlight today with good questions, prop types or TypeScript. I think in this case TypeScript for sure, but prop types was like a try from React, the Meta or the Facebook guys, and and I tried to do these prop types to use. So whenever you use props inside my header, as you see on line 7, I have this header kind of like empty parentheses, but there I can put props. If you don't know what is props, they are like a parent to child communication way using state. And a state is a value basically that whenever the parent updates that value, your child will update, which is the header here, for example. And for this case, we don't need them for the header. It's not really needed because we have a context actually for the logout or the login. But in case you use them, before it was that you need to tell, hey, I'm using this username. Is it a string? And then you go at the bottom of the page and you do prop types, string required, and something like that. It was a really stupid thing. I never liked it, and I'm really happy that they took it off. It's still there, but TypeScript came and changed the whole game. Ooh, look at this class names for sure. That's why we are doing refactoring in here. So from line 2 to what is it? From line, I think I cannot read the lines because I actually changed I changed my config that it only shows the line that I'm on. So 2 lines from 12, 2 lines down from 12 as well. That's the new header that I'm creating right now. Oh, come on guys, don't spam the chat. A DevOps engineer told me to write a code in class. What does that mean? What? What do you mean by that? Difference between GraphQL and REST APIs. I mean, one or another. What do you mean? So GraphQL actually is like an ORM that works with your REST APIs. So GraphQL can be your relational database. I don't know, what is the M for? Manager? Yeah. So basically these kind of like plugins that hop into your app and make management very easy, because GraphQL will ask you and tell you, hey, I need you to specify a name for your user class in the database, right? So you will say, hey, in the database, my user is also called user. Therefore, that is called a model. And then GraphQL will help you set these models. And these models will be used. And when you use these models, you say, hey, get me all the users from the database. You'll probably use a REST API for that. And the REST API will use GraphQL later under the hood. In it and show me. Yeah, he told me to write code where you use class. Ah, okay. Oof. Look, because I'm a front-end developer, I thought that you're talking that you're going to write code inside the class name. That happens also sometimes. So if you are, I'm talking about something different, not the one that you asked actually. But sometimes in front-end development, you will find out that here I can actually do this. What I'm gonna do is like v word. I'll select all my words, right? And then I will say change s, or not like that. Actually, I forgot how to do it. You can do s for surrounding, and then you put whatever you want to surround them with. Yeah. But in our case right now, we want to replace this with ticks, and I will tell you why. Because ticks let you actually use variables, right? And these variables can be like this, for example. I'll show you how it is. And you will say, for example, if you have a variable called mobile, you know that you are on mobile version of your app. And then therefore you set a new text for that. You say, hey, if I am on mobile, I'll use a class mobile, for example. And if I am on desktop, I'll use something else. But yeah, this is what I was thinking that you are talking about. But what you are talking about actually is to write a class. And in JavaScript, writing classes are very easy actually. You just, for example, have a class of person, and you just open it like this. You need a constructor for that class. You give it like a name, let's say address, for example, or no, job maybe. And then you go here, you open that, and you say, hey, this dot name, whatever the name that will be given by the user, and also this dot job is whatever job will be given by the user, right? Yeah. So here, the good thing about classes also that you can give them functions that you can use, or we call them methods. And here, for example, a person can speak, which means that you can create a method just like this. You didn't call it here, you just defining that method, and it can return, for example, and you will use like text as well to just say this dot name, and this keyword here always refers to the object that is it is inside. So either this keyword will refer to the person that you will create later, and you can say, hey, this person can speak, for example, right? This dot name will be, for example, if you named your guy John, then this dot name will be John can speak, right? The good thing about classes is really JavaScript, you have prototypal functions. So for example, if you create here like Mark, like a new person, and you will give it here the name of Mark, you will see that it will be Yalanatas saying, hey, it needs also another argument, and you will say, hey, this Mark is an engineer. Actually, at this moment, you know that you use this Mark, and if you do mark dot, you will find that method that you can use, and you can call it as mark.speak. This is what classes are. Also, I will show you another way to do it, but does that answer your question? I'm not sure what you wanted to do actually. Yes, in ECMAScript 6 you don't need to initialize with the this keyword, but you can do it even better. Actually, you can create classes like this. You can just go delete that, and you can do like const person equal to anonymous function, and this will be name, job, and here actually you don't need a constructor. It will be just this dot name equal name, and also this dot job equal job, and you can put actually speak as same kind of, but it's a function, and this is called functional programming. And you can return wherever. Yeah, we return just for the sake of it. And you can see here, if I just delete this line and I just do mark dot, I still need to see actually that what is the problem here. It's asking me that TypeScript is not happy. Yeah, TypeScript is not happy here. But yeah, my LSP doesn't let me show you, but if you do mark, you can use actually the speak function again. Yeah. All right, cool. I mean, you can do it the way you want it, wherever you do. And that's really good about JavaScript, that whenever ECMAScript actually have something new to show you, comes in with really good ways to implement stuff in another way each time. Cool. You find using Vim bindings faster. I'm actually still squirky at it. I'm not really good with it yet, but I'm learning my best. I started using NeoVim 2 months ago, so I think I am really good. The problem is that I changed my keyboard to this on the right and on the left this, so I have two of them. I can show you maybe. Yeah, so the keyboard is making me slow actually, because here I have all my kind of like hotkeys, and here I have my Windows key, my control, my space, and on the other hand, so when I put my hand, I only use my thumb for certain keys, which is kind of hard, kind of. Yeah. So private name, private job. Yeah, I mean, yes, private. That's more like, yeah, you can do that with TypeScript for sure. But for now, I think the question was like, how can I create a class? So I was like, really, yeah. Closures are your friends. Yeah, closures actually what made the function that I created second work correctly, because everything that you create inside that will work as a constructor. Therefore, the this keyword will return always to the person function. Yeah, man, Juan said something. You need to return them as object. Ah, okay, I got your point here. What do you think about Django templates? What does that mean? I didn't work with Django ever, actually. Let me read more of the comments. What do you think about... Oh, it's the same question again. Some guy joined saying, hey, I don't understand anything, but yeah. But like, nice, thank you anyway. Yeah. Maybe you can stick. We are just talking logical stuff, so if you are into React or whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I don't see most of the comment. I think my TikTok is bugging a bit. We have a live studio app that is really bad. AO. The guy's name is AO. He said React is GS, right? But then IMC and TSX. TSX simply for TypeScript. Yeah, this project is not really well typed, but for some reasons, yeah, if you go to my helper functions, for example, I have typed few of the things like a date here. For example, I need timestamp, I type in that number. Here I need a string. I also give back a video stripped. Okay, that's also a string type that I got from here. Yeah, I don't know, actually it is types. Here, for example, I need for the white noises to have a path and a title and an icon. So the icon should be an icon type of React icons. And the title should be string and the path should be string as well. So it's not bad, yeah. The only thing that we are creating now is the header, so let's continue with that. Yeah. What project is this? Okay. So this is a white noise app. Yeah. I'm using Vite actually. I'm using Vite for compiling and everything. But maybe I understood you wrong. What do you mean by are you using React for the compiler or are you using the React compiler? Because I know that React, like React, Create React app uses Webpack for compiling. All right. Maybe here you can explain yourself, Juan, so I understand. Yeah. Sorry, English is not my actually first language, so sometimes I really don't know what is the difference between compiler and transpiler. So it's like too different for me. Two different things for me that looks the same. Supabase, Firebase versus Bucketbase. Is it okay if I say the same? I don't know under the hood how, but I think Supabase is the best for me now because it's easy to set up. Same as Clerk. Did you ever heard of Clerk? Clerk, anybody? Yeah, some guy said good night, good job, thank you, mate. Yeah, good night as well. Yeah, I'll answer the other questions then, waiting for Juan also to let me know. I use Supabase, yeah, but Clerk is the best for me because it's the easiest one to do. Yeah. So you're talking React 19, right? I thought about this not so long ago. I saw that in React 19 you have this React compiler too that comes in and it runs through your code and sees if you have actually, like my header here needs to be memoized because it doesn't have any props that needs to be rerunning. But if my app rerun, then therefore the header will just re-render. And why should the header render if nothing changed in it? Then it will be memoized. Yeah, I heard about it. I didn't work much about it with React 19, but I am actually exploring that lately. And funny enough, it's funny that in my jobs, 2 jobs, and even one of the jobs is like with one of the biggest companies in the world, I still see that they use React 18 most. There is multiple projects, but the latest projects that we had with the latest technology was React 18. The same project that we have in React 18, I was the one to turn it to React 18. It was React 16 before that. So you think you get into that project and you will see everything from classes, from error boundaries, from we had like old routes. We had also I don't know, like Redux sagas, not even Redux toolkit, not anything. So yeah, it was really a mess, but it was also fun because I understood that. I worked with it a bit, and then I moved on to Vite lately, and it was really a success. So I'm really happy with that. Sean Brown said server-side rendering. Yeah, SSR is actually a very big thing of React 19, which I'm really fun about. Like thinking it's fun, really fun, because I have a lot of my friends who works, for example, with Svelte, with Next.js a lot, and and they say to me, oh, you picked the wrong job. You should have picked like one with Next.js. Well, you will have SSR, so you have like to call Prisma functions or whatever, like your ORM functions on top, and you don't have to worry about anything. And that React 19, boom, like did his presentation like in 2023 and literally debunked Next.js. I think Vercel, the whole Vercel world got shaken at that moment because React just took whatever good for them and just implemented it, and it works, right? Yeah, I think T3 made a video about it. Yes, that's correct. I mean, Sean also said one more thing about server side. Don't forget the memo. Nothing worse than renders for the sake of them. Let me show you one of the worst memos I did in this project. You will hate me for this. Yeah, so I had not here, add your noise I call. All right, so do you remember when I said, is it this one? No, actually somewhere else. YouTube, yeah, here, yeah. So do you remember when I said, let me just drink some water, that I have like somewhere where you can put your own white noise? So this is the logic behind it. You have an input where I launch a hidden iframe under it. So here you see that this class of hidden, it says that this iframe will take whatever video ID that you put in there and search for it on YouTube and play it. And as you see here in the link, let me just make the link shorter so you can see it as well. So here in the link, I have an autoplay that says easy playing and time video pass. So I wanted you to play the video, but I wanted you also to play that video until a point, like a start and pause point, where I start always from 0, but when you pause, I keep that in memory. Basically, I keep that in my app saying, yeah, this guy paused his video in certain place, and I need whenever he clicks play again, because he won't see that iframe. So that iframe is gonna be hidden, right? So I did the good functions like the util function, so you cannot put like, I don't know, like a video from, I don't know, pornographic video or whatever. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say any more words about that, but yeah, so you don't put like a bomb into my database, right? So I ended up actually firing a timer that is parallel to your video, and the timer goes. Whenever you click pause, the timer stops, right? You would say, yeah, okay, timer stopped. And then I keep that value. But the timer, when it stops, it re-renders because there's a state that it changed, right? So it will re-render the video. The video will go back to 0. So we did nothing here. What can we do is to use memo. We say, if the video play time plus the ref changes. So now we have the ref that changes and stops at some point, and the video play time from is playing to pause. Then please return me a new value that I called video playtime.current to a Momoise value, basically called time video passed, and that's what I pass here. So I limit the rendering of this. This all can be skipped, man. This all can be skipped. This all can be skipped with, I don't know, like Zustand or Redux Toolkit or stuff. But when I created this app, actually, it was a challenge. It was that we don't use anything from elsewhere and we create everything with React, right? So that's that's where it's not bad. I mean, it works. It's fine. It's very perfect, but it is too much. I mean, if you push this code and then let a junior touch it, then it will be a mess. Let me read now some of the comments. I keep getting course issues with framework and Node.js. Like, any advice on that? Yeah, you need to install course and check your options. If you get all the API calls in front end as options, not get, not post, not whatever, then you have a problem with your middleware, because course actually is a middleware. You need to feed it to your app using Express or whatever, app.use it's called. So do const app equal Express, whatever, and then app.use and use course basically as a middleware, and then it will work for you. Yeah. What language is this? This is JavaScript, TypeScript / yeah. I'd say it's pretty far from it. What do you mean, Ben Person? I don't get it. You asked so many questions before and you kept... Okay, sorry for that. So yeah, Next is an opinionated kind of framework. I agree with you with that. Hey, I work with it every day. It's good for big teams. Yeah, it is. Oh, Nest.js now we are talking about. Well, Nest.js, I've worked with it. Once I worked with it for a microservice app. I had to do RabbitMQ messages through Nest.js, kind of like that, and it was a hell. I didn't understand the thing because it looks more like Spring Boot, and it's but JavaScript, and you don't understand what you're doing. So a lot of syntactic sugar problems that I faced. Hey, first timer we have in the chat. Guys, please follow, please support as much as you can. We have also the subscribe goal on top. If you can push it to 5 subscribers, that would be nice. Also, I'm trying my best to kind of like stream every day, even though that I'm not that kind of like big of a developer, but I try my best to kind of like progress, and you will see my progress also with time going forward. And yeah, let's create a community. I will share with you, DM me please if you want to Discord. I will share with you also the Discord link. Why the ESLint disable? Where do you see that? Do I have something here? Oh yeah, all right, let me just do this, delete this. Yeah, so this one says React hooks use memo has an unnecessary dependency, timeref.current, either exclude it or remove it. So the use, like here, my LSP is understanding the whole thing wrongly. It thinks that I only need to update my video time passed with the video play time and pause time, but I also wanted to return to actually update when both of them actually update at the same time, not one of them. So here I was like, am I really smarter than this? Let me just return it. Let me just disable this guy. And that's it. That's how it came to my mind to disable it. All right. Hey from Ivory Coast. Hey, yo. Will AM. I hope that answered your question. Yes, I am a front-end developer actually. Yeah, I get that often. Even AI think dependencies wrongly sometimes. Yeah, 100%. I mean, LSPs are not really configured sometimes very well, especially that I configured mine, so I don't trust myself even. I don't think that it's really good. Yeah, I do every day CET, basically Central European Time at 10 p.m. You will find me here streaming for at least 1 hour. We usually do 2 hours and a half. I usually go to sleep around midnight 30. So yeah, I try my best kind of like to talk to you guys, and we enjoy talking to each other. Yeah. So please do. You can find me on YouTube, on TikTok, on also Kick. Also, you can find me on Twitch. Oh, we have new comments on Twitch. What's the X at the end of the file? Because everything stopped working for a second. Sorry, guys. Whoa. We are losing the viewers. Come on, people, come back. Yeah. So I had to connect to another modem actually to get you back to the stream. Sorry for that. Let's check if everything is actually coming back. Whoa. The quality, I think, will be a bit bad. Yeah, I think I have a problem with my router. I need to fix this shit. Live is back. Sorry for that. Nice. I'm sad for the people who are watching in TikTok, because TikTok actually throws everybody out when this happens. Or actually scroll them down, I think. Yeah. I'm not sure. But how is the quality with this modem? I think this modem is coming from 100 meters far. Yeah, it's really bad, right? Oh man. Why? I hate my internet provider for this now. Yeah, I know why, because I see my modem next to me here and it's just disconnected. Yeah. So I have 2 modems in the house, and one of them is not working at all, which is the one powerful one, basically. Sad, man. The live is buffering. I know JS and TS extensions, but not TSX. Yeah, TSX is just JavaScript plus XML. That's what the guy who literally created React told me. Yeah. Yeah, but Juan knew it. It's Vodafone, yeah. It's Vodafone. Yeah. It's Vodafone. Fuck Vodafone, man. Sorry for that. But they are really bad. I hope that I don't get limitation on this live stream because of